that's why being let go by my loctician hit me so that I was literally in tears, dumped by your loctician.
Welcome to Tunisia's Locs, Beauty Tips, and Potpourri, the channel where we get it all in. You can also learn more about the I Am Melanin Magic brand. Thank you for stopping by. Hi, Terry. It's so wonderful to talk to you today.
Hi, Sister Tunisia.
I'm so glad that you're coming on here to share your story regarding your loctician. You know, here on the channel, I've been talking more recently about some of the loctician issues that people like yourself are having, and also the importance of us learning a little bit more about our hair and taking an active role in things, so that if we run into certain situations or challenges, we have some options. So when you reached out to me yesterday, I was just so grateful for you being willing to share, and just so grateful for you, you know, coming in this audience amongst all these people to sort of give us a little bit of detail about what you've been going through, Terry. We really appreciate you, and I'm so grateful. Not to mention you lived kind of around my hometown. That's how we met.
Right. I was stalking you. I was a YouTube stalker when I was conducting my research prior to getting Sisterlocks, and I was looking at videos every night, and I stumbled. You came up, of course, and I said, "Who is this gorgeous, energetic sister right here who is making products?" That's right up my alley. Holistic self-care. I mean, you are my lock crush, and I was binge watching your videos, and then I kept watching. I had no idea where you were located until one day you moved to your studio. I said, "What? She is in Stone Mountain," and that's all she wrote. So I showed up at one of your workshops.
Around the corner.
I debated with this latest experience that I had. I kind of gave it a day or so. I was like, you know, I told my husband about it. I told one or two people, and then I said, this is the kind of thing that Sister Tunisia needs to know about, but I had to calm down first. So I'm so emotional, because I was very emotional with this experience that happened. So you let me know how much of it. Of course, I will not call any names. We don't do that. We always say that's not our purpose. We're to make the community aware and come up with some solutions and see if what I'm going through, is this a thing? Yeah. But I kind of have to give a backdrop so that the viewers understand the relationship building that took place. This was a 2-year, 4-month relationship built with my loctician, my former loctician, so if we had to give this video a title, would be Dumped by Your Loctician.
Oh, there you go. That's the thumbnail, Miss Lady. Thank you. I know that you are definitely a kindred spirit. That's going to be dumped by your loctician. Yes.
What do you do when you're dumped by your loctician? So I would need to let the viewers know the backstory, so they don't. I wasn't dumped because I'm a difficult client. You would have to understand me as a person, the woman I am, the client, the type of client I was. So this young lady, she established my locks. She's been maintaining my locks for 2 years and 4 months. The relationship, we set a professional relationship first, in that I was always on time, paid her what she asked for plus some, because that's just the way. Okay, she charged $90. I always gave her $100 bill. I didn't say, well, you don't wash, you don't this, you don't that, you don't that. I don't squabble about money, because money comes to me. It comes to us, you know, those who we have our palms open, you know, so we don't have to be stingy. So she charged $90. I would give her $100. That was 2 years and 4 months of doing that. I bought my Sisterlock product from her off her shelf. So I supported her. I built that professional relationship. I came on time. I never rescheduled. This is 2 years and 4 months. The only time, I won't say never, the only time maybe 2 or 3 times that I had to reschedule is because at my school, sometimes we have evening conference night to accommodate. So I would get to you ahead of time. So it was never, I would text, do you have open? So professionally, always professional. I'm very serious about my calendar and keeping appointments and commitments.
And so you all never had any disagreements around anything related to, the typical stuff that would deal with, getting there, paying on time, making the other person feel appreciated. The communication was very good.
Very good. We, in my opinion, and this is why the being let go really struck my heart, because I thought we were friends. Now, you have different levels of friendship. Some friends you go out with, but you're cool over here, you may not go out, but it's relationship building. That's very important to me.
Right.
The things that I would do for my friends, I consider you and I friends. The things that I would do for my friends, the niceties you would do, I would bring a gift to her. When her father passed away, my husband and I bought honey turkey breast and rolls, so you didn't have to cook a night. Planted sunflowers in your dad's honor, and I remember to do that. He has a special place in my garden. That kind of talking about marriage.
That's friendship. That's friendship.
Talking about marriage, all those kind of things. So that's why being let go by my loctician hit me so that I was literally in tears. So I go, so that's the kind of relationship. So that's the backstory. I go Monday to get my hair retied. Last year, so this is my hair, and I've shown you. I love, so let me tell you how I feel about my hair, about my journey, because the viewers would have to go back to watch the video where you highlighted my review,
Yes.
And I love my locks. Best hair decision ever. Now, of course, as we get down into this video and we just start talking about the experience and the expectation, it doesn't matter what kind of locks you have, because this is about how people treat people, really, as we go through. But I love my locks. Best hair decision ever. I am proud of them. I have a whole different mindset with locks. I really, I'm a pretty good eater. I believe good things in, good things out, but I'm even more aware, because whatever I put in here shows up on my skin and my hair and my nails and things.
I need to be better in that area.
Yeah. So why did you do it sooner, Terry? But I did all of my research and everything. I am a planner, and sometimes to a fault.
What's your sign? What's your sign, Terry?
We're Virgo.
Virgo. I knew it. When you said that, I knew you were a Virgo.
We're Virgo.
5 placements, Terry. 5. I have 5 Virgo placements, so I'm like overwhelmingly Virgo. If it weren't for my spiritual tendencies and that disposition, I would be way totally OCD, because I used to be.
Yeah, me too. And I learned how to manage that as a Virgo, I did not do anything my loctician didn't co-sign on. That's
important. That's important for the viewer. You didn't do anything that she didn't co-sign on. You came to her and consulted with her about every single thing you wanted to do. Terry, what were some of the things you talked with her about that you wanted to do?
Last year, now let me just say, this young lady does not wash. So her clients have to go to her wash. She does not, admittedly, when you sit in her chair, when you have your consultation, she said to me, I do not style. I do not do updo. And this is what she said, but I'm in so many words. Well, basically she says, I don't style. I'm not good at styling. I'm better at styling little girls' hair. She says, but I promise you all, I'm going to take some classes to get better, because this young lady left her nursing profession to do locks full time. She figured if she was working hard for somebody else, she could take that energy. I was, yes, sister, go. Yeah, I'm so happy for you. So she said, now that I have the time, I'm going to take some styling classes. Cool. It's okay. I'm not pressed. I let her practice on me sometimes. Okay. So admittedly, she doesn't wash, she doesn't style, she doesn't do color. Doesn't do, but yet and still, I went from paying $90. I've been paying $90 for 2 years and 4 months. She went to, after consulting with her Sisterlock consultants, they told her she was charging too little. She went up to $125. Cool. I don't have a problem with that. Even though you don't wash, you don't style, you don't color, you don't. But I gave her $125 on Monday. So last year, I said to her, okay, how would you feel? I want to get your opinion. I want to get how you feel. Every now and then, and before I even went into it, I said, let me be clear. I am not looking for anyone to maintain my locks. I'm not looking for a new loctician. I love what we have. This is our, all the stuff I said on the video.
Yes.
I just want to have an updo every now and then for a special occasion, a wedding, but I want to know how you feel about that before I do it. Oh, I'm good with it. She told me, I'm okay. So I said, okay. I said, so, I'll just let you know, I'm talking to her like, so we've been going, that was last year. She never gave me any indication she felt some type of way. So a couple of months ago, it's this year now, my locks are 2 years and 4 months. I'm ready. I'm about to turn 60 on September.
Oh, really? Go, Terry, go. Go, Terry, go.
Yes.
Go, girl.
And I just want to, now, let me tell the viewers this. You'll find this is an interesting fact. My father did my hair until I was 20 years old. My father was a cosmetologist in New York. He was a man, and now he got a cosmetology license. He was an orderly at the hospital, but he got his license in cosmetology because he said he never wanted to see his daughter's hair be in such poor condition that he would see some other little girl's hair. So he had us during the day. So he went to school so that he could do our hair during the day while our mother worked, during the day. And he worked at night and our mother worked during the day. So my father literally did my hair. So I don't know bad hair days. I've always had a stylist at my fingertips, so to speak. So anyway, I went to her and I said, I was going to wait until my 3 years, but I said, okay, I'm getting ready to turn 60. Let me do something different. I want to get some color. Girl, if I wanted your color, if I thought I could go home with that hot red you put in your head with your hair, I would do it. I would do it.
My red.
So I said, what do you think? I never did anything my loctician didn't co-sign on, because this was my thing. So let me tell you why I feel
by the book, because you wanted to keep that relationship.
Exactly. And I respect you too much to because it's my feeling. I don't let our hair is spiritual. We care about it. We don't just do anything. You don't have, that's energy. You don't just have any and everybody. So even though people out here are a dime a dozen doing locks and this and that, and they're whatever they're doing, it's more than the skill. It's it's a transference of energy. It's relationship building. So it may take you a while to find someone. Okay.
That's right. You can't just find someone overnight after you've been dumped. We can't take that for granted, because that may not be the right person. They may do locks, but you may not want them doing your locks.
Right. And you can go on consultations. That's what consultations are for. Doesn't mean I'm coming back. There's a weeding out on a process. If you believe like we believe in terms of your crown and your mane. So I said, I'd like some color. How you feel about that? What color do you think? Blah, 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 blah. So we had that talk. And she, you don't really have to ask me. I said, well, I would never sit in your chair. I would never sit in the person that's taking care of my hair, because I believe that you can tell. Now, of course, you can tell if I come in here with a different hair color. Obviously, either I did it or somebody did it. But I think and feel that's important to me, and I would not disrespect you or the relationship that we built. She never gave me an indication that she had a problem with it. So I said, I'll keep you abreast as I look for someone. So I went along researching for the color, took a family poll. You know, we're Virgos. We're going to do our research. I found a young lady, went to this young lady for a consultation. Anytime I go to someone, it's on a referral. So fast forward to Monday, I had gone to someone a couple of weeks ago. So on Monday, I was telling my former loctician about the visit I had with this person. She's like, well, what shampoo did she use? Now, kind of at this time, I'm feeling
What shampoo?
I'm feeling her shift in energy. Little things. When you kind of just get to know a person, it's just little things. So she says, what kind of shampoo did she use? I said, oh, you know what? I was so taken aback by the location of the place. I really didn't do all my fact finding, but she did say if I wanted to bring my Sisterlocks shampoo, that was no problem. So, okay. So we went on with my visit. She's retying my hair. We're looking at pictures of my cats, talking about this and that. And so then she says to me, normally I let clients go when they have too many people in their head. So I said, well, how are you defining too many people?
Too many people, exactly. Because at this point, you haven't had anybody else really in your head, right?
Right. And nobody has done any, I mean, I've gotten too styled and we were laughing. I said, I half liked it and I half didn't. I took it down. You know me, I'll pay the money if I don't like it, if you don't feel good about it. And we're laughing and talking. And she's even telling me, this was interesting. She was telling me about how consultants will send clients that they don't want to deal with, or they don't want to do, they don't want to be bothered with. They'll send them to Susie, and Susie will call Mary, and they'll laugh about
their notes.
Right. So this goes on. I mean, it goes on in any profession, but she's telling me this, but no indication I was going to be kicked to the curb as a client who had been with you faithful 2 years, 4 months. Even had my husband come over to look at some electrical work when they were adding on a basement. Had my husband come over to give them a quote. That's the relationship building. Okay. So I said, so what do you define too many people? I said, because I've just gone on a couple of consultations, and I said, now once I get the right person, once the energy is there, and that I know it in my spirit, it'll just be that one person. And this is the thing, Sister Tanisha, I'm not even going to get my hair styled every 2 weeks, or every time you retie, I'm gonna get my hair styled. It's just every now and then, if I go,
every blue moon, which really it's not even something anybody should have to get permission for. This is my hair. I do whatever the hell I want to do with it.
Right. And I even said with the first young lady, when we found the color and I showed her on my phone, I said, the young lady, the color salon lady, she said she wouldn't mind speaking with you because this is going to be a collaboration. That's what I'm.
You really were trying to pull the team together.
Right.
You know, that's actually going above and beyond. You made every effort.
Made every effort. And because sometimes the client might not transfer, because I don't know anything about color. I've never colored my hair. So this young lady was willing to do that. So my previous consultant, she never gave, it was never any like
pushback.
We just went on till this Monday, Labor Day. So I said, she says, well, I said, well, you're not getting ready to let me go. I'm sitting in the chair. She's retying my hair. You're not getting ready to let me go, are you? I'm just saying, normally I let clients go. All right, so we go on. Finish.
Well, normally you let clients go when they decide they want to find out what other services are available to them, which they have the God-given right and autonomy to do. Normally you let them go when they want to have someone style their hair and you don't style. They want to have someone color and you don't color, but you let them go.
Right. Someone who pays on time more than what you ask for. the whole nine. Professional. I'm not on my phone when I'm I mean, just
Easy client. You're an easy client.
easy.
Maybe too easy. You know what the funny thing is too, and I hate to say this, but the interesting thing is, and this is kind of off topic, but I'm going to say it. Sometimes people need others to raise hell in order for them to act like they have some sense. Okay. Unfortunately, and this is true. I'm just going to speak. I'm going to call it spade a spade. You know how sometimes women will roll over and do whatever a man that's difficult needs from them, a man who maybe is unfaithful, a man who maybe is disrespectful, but send them the perfect man into their life, and maybe he doesn't have the right amount of swag, and then they just act like they're crazy, right?
Right.
Here you are, the perfect client. You tip, you give her what she's asking, even when she raised her price, which is on her, which is she has the right to do. You give her that. You're consulting with her. You're being not only a client, but you're also being a friend, and you're thinking with, and it makes sense. You're thinking that you all are friends. And out of left field, after every effort you made to include her in a collaborative effort to get your hair colored, or maybe even to discuss styling, albeit you haven't done any of it yet, she said something like that to you. Normally, I would let a client go. Let a client go for what?
Right. Now, here's the thing, because it was a passive aggressive move, because she didn't, and she wasn't
honest up front. When you first started bringing it to her, she wasn't honest. It had been stewing.
Right. I don't know how long she had been having this thought. I don't know how long she'd been having this thought. So we move on from that, and then I leave. We make my next appointment. She makes my next appointment. I get in the car, and I get about 15 minutes. Now it was when she called me, I was actually thinking about the shift in energy. I was in the car.
You knew something was wrong. That heart energy was picking it up. You knew something was wrong, right? And it was.
I try to check myself, just being a better person and being more self. I tried not to make a big judgment about what I thought I felt, because it was just little things. So, and I asked her name. I said, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah, Terry, I just think that, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to keep you as a client. So,
Dumped on Labor Day.
okay, so I just think it's best for you if you find somebody that can meet the needs that you
Want. So now, immediately.
Let me ask a quick question, because we have to critique this and break this down. Do you think that she felt some sense of inadequacy when she said, I think you need to find someone that can meet your needs? You never told her she couldn't meet your needs. In fact, you were not going to make a move without her consent. Do you think she had an inferiority complex, or she felt like she couldn't meet your needs because she couldn't do some of the things that you were wanting? And so she figured, let me just kind of get out of this before. Do you think it could have been any sense of insecurity or inferiority maybe that she could have had, or been carried around feeling not good enough, even though you thought the sun rose and set on her, you loved her?
Yes,
essentially.
It's hard to tell what, because of course all of that could be true or not. It's hard to tell what people feel, so we're making assumptions and guessing.
Yes.
But this is the thing. She gave me she brought up, this was interesting. She brought up the salon where she used to work part-time when she was a trainee before when I met her, we used to go to the gym together. That I saw her locks and I was like, oh my gosh, she had like the red. And we went, so that was our the meeting place. 2.4 years, 2 years, 4 months before. And even earlier than that, because of course, when I met her, I didn't just get my locks done right. Well, basically I did, but she gave me the number. She sent me the number to the place where she used to work. And she said, yeah, why don't you, they have a colorist, they have a master colorist. I haven't worked for them in a while, but if they still but they're a little pricey. I'm like,
So she was pushing you off onto this other salon at this time, is what you're saying, right?
but this is really what it was. This was her next statement, because I trust them. I don't know about these other people that you going to and seeing. I trust them because, I was there, blah, 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 blah. Okay, thank you. I said, that's cool. I'll check them out. And who knows, I'm being optimistic, but this is the thing. Had she let me know last year when I just brought up styling, had she said that to me last year, or had she said that to me when I mentioned coloring this year, I would have started with them. And I probably wouldn't even have seen two people, because she could.
She recommended. That person came highly recommended. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
She did not do that until Monday when I sat in her chair. But I'm thinking at that point, she hadn't called me to dump me. I'm like, cool, I'm going away happy as a lark with a new referral. She was going to get to the lint. She was going to give me a black towel for the lint. And then she said, so before I got up, I'm going to go back a little bit, because I brought up the fact that the young lady, now this might have tipped her off the edge.
Straw that broke the camel's back.
That was the straw that broke the camel's back. What you get ready to say?
Look, I never really knew how you felt about that lint until I got some lint.
People don't think they have lint, but let me tell you, if you have locks, you have lint. I don't care if you put oil on them or not, you have some lint, and you just don't think you have it.
People, what you think is gray hair, because look, I've been gray since I was 13 up here, and I started I thought it was gray hair. So, because let me tell you, this sister checks her locks almost every day in some kind of way. I am looking, but I can see the little lint in the front, and I can get that. So the second young lady that I went
a little shake every day.
Little shake every day. Okay.
When you're sitting in the car, you can watch the sunlight. When the sun is shining, you do the shake, you can see all of life's creative stuff coming out. Not there, but you can see that, because just like anything, our skin is shedding 300 cells a day, right?
Right.
300 shucks, whatever the number is astronomical. Astronomical. How many skin cells do we shed a day?
So I'm gonna have to start shaking and make that a part of my hair routine. But I brought up, I said, and I texted her about the lint though. I didn't just come sit in her chair on Monday. Once this young lady, and the young lady, it wasn't a big deal. She was just, because I thought it was gray hair. She says, you have a little bit of lint back here? I said, lint? Are you sure that's not gray hair? She said, no, this is lint. She took a picture, she showed it was lint. So my husband tried to get it out with a safety pin.
Well, Terry, you think that by mentioning the lint to your ex-loctician, you think she could have also thought you were trying to blame her for that too? So little things were just kind of stacking up against you.
It helped her, because I truly believe she had been thinking about this letting me go for a while. But the lint thing, so when I said to her, because she said,
well, usually the client is responsible for getting out the lint.
I said, well, I would
get it. If the client knows that they have lint, because you're looking at my hair all day long. If the client knows they have lint, right?
Because
the client can be responsible for getting it out. I'm just being real.
Right. I said, it's in the nape of my neck. If I could, I'm not a helpless woman. I take care of myself very well. What I can, things I can do on my own. I'm a self-starter. I know how to to her, and I'm a problem solver seeker. And I said,
that you're an active participant in your own rescue. You're not a passive bystander.
Right. I have a t-shirt that I wear to school every now and then. Real princesses say
you're a teacher, for crying out loud, and a Virgo. If you know there's lint, you're going to work on it.
I'm going to work on it. So I said, it's in the nape of my neck. If I could see it, I would get it out myself. But I said, and I even tried to troubleshoot. I asked my husband to do it. And then the next day, I asked a coworker to come to my room. We sat in the big window in the house with a safety pin, and she tried to get it out. So at that point, are you throwing shade? Because I like I said, the energy was shifting. It was shifting.
You were feeling it.
She says, I really feel like I'm damaging the integrity of your lock. I said, okay. I said, but you know what? I really appreciate you trying. Because that's all because, I believe in, it's not a salty thing. I even said to her, because I'm very respectful of people's time. I said, if I have to just schedule an appointment, it's only 8 locks, Sister Tanisha and viewers. It's only 8 locks right here.
You know, Terry, because I'm the lock queen now, the lint nut. I'm a lint nut. I'm not even gonna say a lint queen. I'm a lint nut. And I've damaged many a lock due to a lack of patience and just pull the bottom of it off. I'm not gonna lie about that, okay? But one thing I have realized in my journey is to loosen a little bit and then put clarifying shampoo and massage it. And it may take a couple of washes over a few weeks, but that's going to be your best bet, unless it's the kind that you can just pick out. But once you wash it, it'll help to, with a clarifying shampoo, it will help to loosen it, and then you're able to just sort of pull it out.
Well, I'll get on that. Thank you for that tip. Yeah. See, you don't know unless we bring it to the community.
Yes. Put it in the comments, everybody, if there's another way that you work on lint besides covering it up with dye. Virgos have trouble covering things up with dye. That just bothers me.
Okay, look. Are we
can't do it? I gotta get the lint out. But the lint.
This is what she says to me.
You're going to color it anyway, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether it comes out or not, because you're going to.
You have to say that to one of the other signs, but you can't say that to a Virgo. Virgo wants to get the lint out. We don't want to cover anything up.
Because it's an imperfection in a Virgo's mind.
That's what I'm saying. It's something that I know is in there. Even if nobody else knows it, I know it's there.
I know it's there. So she says it's all that stuff in the shifting in energy. And so I thanked her. I said, and if I have to, because I'm not trying to, because I know people are on a schedule and all of this. For your time, it's worth it to me to keep my hair the way pristine. I'll pay you. I will also, if we have to schedule another appointment and you just work on the 8 locks and get the lint out, and I'll pay you. I mean, hey, what's the big deal? And I thought, because she looked at the lint after she retied my hair. So I thought because she was doing that, she was going to take them out and just restart them. And fine, I'll pay you some extra money. I don't care about that.
You were willing to let her take the whole lock out and restart it.
And pay you.
Oh, you're not playing. And I think you're even more Virgo than me, because you might at some point have to take them all out, and you can't take them all out.
There's only 8. These 8. There's only 8.
So you were seriously willing to have her take them all out if she were willing to, and then just put them back in.
Yes, and pay her. And just keep up on my on my lint check. Maybe
she was tired of you by the time you brought that up. She was tired of you. She's like, she gotta go.
Yeah. But then I went another further. And she said, I'm not gonna take them out. I said, okay, now she said she's not gonna take them out. So wait, she said, oh no, I'm not taking them out. I'm not okay. So that wasn't an option, taking them out and paying her and coming back on another day. So then I went another further and I said, now this is a stretch, but I'm a problem solver seeker. What if, because my hair grows fast, what if we cut them? Because it's only 8. What if, and my hair grows very fast, what if we cut them and we just start? Because I even said to her, as you were retiring my hair, did you see it? Did you not see the lint?
Of course, that's my thing. Like, okay, it's one thing for you to come into this journey and maybe you watch you or you watch me and you realize you have lint even though you don't think you do. It's another thing for someone to be doing your hair. See, this is the problem I have. I have to stay calm because your story really upset me.
I know it
It's
did.
another thing for someone to be watching your hair every time they're doing your hair and not giving you some feedback as to what they see or what may be a concern or what you need to be watchful of. Because here's the thing, at the end of the day, when you get to 10 years, they're going to be crazy. Then who is going to be to blame? Or does she plan on bailing out at the 4th or 5th year when the cotton gets too bad? Because who's going to be to blame?
Right.
When really it's a matter of someone just bringing something to your attention. The same as with thinning. If they start to notice something, bringing it to your attention so that we can arrest the situation. I know some sister lockers who have had people color their hair. And you know, when you color your hair, especially if you're lightening it with bleach or you're going up more than a couple levels, it can really damage your locks and cause them to fall out. And as much as I love color, it's not worth the risk to me. Do something like, that doesn't require all of that. But
Okay.
I don't want to digress, but the point I'm trying to make is when it starts to come out, they're not going to say anything. And that's not being honest, because what we are talking about here essentially is avoiding a breakdown by doing some preventive maintenance. Let's communicate the way we need to. If you're one of those people and you don't want anybody else on my hair, you need to tell me that as I'm bringing you and I'm talking to you about this and you're not saying anything. And then I come in for a retightening one day and I mention lint. And you don't know this, but she was kitchen sinking. Kitchen sinking is when you get into an argument with someone and you go back 10 years and you want to now address everything. It's passive aggression where she decided now, because of the lint and because of this other buildup, whatever it is, it's not really a buildup, but it's
Right.
something that she feels uncomfortable about. And it's something that she did not get off of her chest and discuss with you, which is something you deserve from your loctician, because you're making an investment in her. The same way she's making an investment in you, but it's something you deserve from a friend as well. And based upon what you're saying, you were a friend, were you not?
We were. I thought, I was going through something one day. I called her. She talked me through it. That is why when she let me go on Labor Day.
And what exactly did she say to you? What were her exact words? Can you run that conversation back to us verbatim?
I got in my car and I went about 15 minutes up the road and she called. And like I said, I was actually thinking about the shift in energy and trying to check myself and say, Terry, don't be too judgmental, right? Maybe, because sometimes what we feel is not really what it is, so, but then my phone rang and it said Loctician. So she said,
Mary, I think it would be best for you. I'm not going to be able to keep you as a client.
And that stunned me. And she
said, I think it would be best for you if you found somebody else to do the things that you want to do with your hair.
So I'm just totally silent, everybody. Totally silent. Why? Why do you? Because I was weeping. I was so silent and crying that she thought I hung up. And she said, hello. And so because I was listening to what she was saying. And when she said, hello, I said, with trembling in my voice, because it was a hurt kind of thing from the heart, I said, I'm here, but I am very upset. I am upset with you and I'm disappointed in you, because I said, number one, I have brought you into this whole process. I said, every step of the way, I didn't do anything to my hair that you didn't know about, that you didn't co-sign. And here I am talking to you just like we two sister friends. I could tell, what did I have to hide? And the transparency that I had with you, you took it and you used it against me to let me go. For what?
Yeah,
I said,
basis.
Well, Terry, I just said, you want styling, you want color. I said, but you don't wash it, and admittedly, you don't even style.
See, that's why I say there was some insecurity there. You want style, you want color, and I can't do it. I feel like I can't, measure. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
This is the thing. When I asked her at her house, because I said, Well, because she has someone retie her hair, a loctician. She doesn't retie her own hair. And so when she was telling me about some of the conversations locticians have, I said, well, I said, does your loctician color your hair? She said, oh no, she doesn't color. She don't play. So I think it's this, which brings me.
When she says she don't play, that means they don't do anything outside of
Exactly.
the Sisterlock, whatever.
Right. And we need to, this is awareness that we also want to bring to the viewers. There's some sort of mindset or an arrogance amongst the lock community. And this is not
stubbornness. I used to talk about that in the beginning on my channel. It's this kind of a sedity type, kind of ridiculous nonsense that if you have these locks, you know, you're better than anyone, number one, but all of this other ridiculous stuff, I just don't get that.
I don't get that.
From, oh no, she don't play that.
Yeah, she said, oh, she don't play that. And that was in the same conversation. She was telling me about, she began to tell me a scenario where a young lady who had bleached her hair went to her loctician, and the loctician shuttled her to somebody else. And then she said, you done sent me that gal with that. But so this is the kind of
arrogance behind the scenes.
Yes, the kind of thing that's going on out there. And I don't care what kind of locks you have. And even when I never thought it would happen to me, people.
But one of the questions that people need to begin to entertain is, how do you feel if every now and then you can't get to me, I end up having to go to someone else, or I go to someone for color or something else? Because the reality is we're dealing with people who are human, who are vastly different, and some people are very territorial, unfairly so, because it's your hair. You reserve the prerogative to do whatever you want, but some people are very territorial, and that's what it is. I feel you're dealing with. You're dealing with someone who feels a little bit insecure about her ability level and about what she is providing and what maybe she's not able to offer you, and you're dealing with someone who wants total control. Total control. And you can't have total control when it comes to my hair. This is my hair.
Or anything else in my life. I write my own narrative.
Thank you.
I gave her that part of me, and it's okay to show a little emotion. I'm not one of these women, because when you get some tears from me, which is rare, I'm mad. I'm upset. I'm hurt. So I said to her, if I have to leave you as a client, so be it.
Yeah, because that's when it's like, you know what? You already let that out of your mouth. You already shown me craziness and disloyalty. I don't want you on my hair. If this is what's been festering, I don't want you on my hair anyway.
Maya Angelou says, when people tell you who they are, believe them.
The first time.
Right. So and she didn't even give me an opportunity. She just said, okay, Terry, well, thank you. Goodbye. And hung up the phone.
She hung up quick.
Not even in, and I was sitting in your chair, and I asked you when you made that statement, don't be a coward. I don't like people who are cowards in this passive aggressive stuff. You put it on the table. You don't have to agree all the time. That's human nature.
But we gotta learn how to dialogue, don't we? We gotta learn how to work through those difficult emotions, because whether it's a relationship with a lover, a spouse, a friend, we got to learn how to work through that without throwing our hands up and walking away.
And throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
What about all the things that you did? What about the fact that you were invested beyond the fact that you're paying her and she's your loctician? You actually liked her as a person. But see, you were being real with her. She was withholding some authenticity when it came to you.
And no telling how long she had been festering or trying to decide, you know, when and how she's going to let me go. But you could have, even if in a joking way, she said something like, sis, how many more people you gonna go to? I mean, you could have done it jokingly if you didn't have anything, and then it would have been a dialogue and a discussion. But you don't take away grown people's options. Grown people like options. Children like them, but especially grown people. That's not a relationship. That's not. I wouldn't dare disrespect her and sit in her chair, let somebody work in my hair, and I come to you after the fact. I'm not that kind of person. I value what you do in this journey that we both been on. So she hangs up. Right. And so, I'll go to this new lady and I'm just going to be very reserved, but I will have those questions because now I have I don't want to say a fear, but having gone through this experience,
You have a frame of reference.
I do, and I am very, very, very reserved in how I move forward with a new person.
Because you were blindsided, so it makes you fearful if this can happen again.
Right.
You see, so right now you're trying to anticipate everything that could create this type of scenario again. It's not really fair. Terry, I'm so glad that you shared this with us today. I'm so grateful to have you here. I'm hoping that you will continue to chime in and that you will continue to send videos about your journey and to keep loving on us and supporting the channel in the way that you have. I'm so thankful you came in today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on. I've never done anything like this, so it's new, but I love being in, I teach for a living, so I'm always up before people, but the lock journey, it's new and sharing and getting the information. And, we need to know how we move forward from this. And if there's a thing out here, what can we do?
We have to be realistic. We have to look at these challenges.
Beauty tips and potpourri, the channel where we get it all in. You can also learn more about the I Am Melanin Magic brand. Thank you for stopping by.